my name is Sharon and I'm chatting to you from the Juicy Effect in Ubud in Bali. And I wanted to create a video explaining how distance healing works because I am often asked by countless people, how is it that if someone is not physically present with me for a session and potentially they could be based over the other side of the world, how is it that they can get the same benefit from a session? So the answer is that energy healing is not bound by distance. It's about a change of consciousness. So during a session, I go into a shamanic state of consciousness. And in this state of consciousness and slowing down, intuitive senses open up. And within this state of awareness, I am able to access the subtle energy field of a person. Once, of course, I have permission to do so. So that person may be in a room with me or over the other side of the world. It doesn't matter because it's about opening up those intuitive senses. A shamanic state of consciousness is also about a deep state of connection and knowing, a deep state of connection to source below, to source above, to all of the life forms and the web of life that exists around each and every one of us. So within this truth, we are all deeply connected. So there is some scientific evidence to back this up. So for those of you that have a logical mind and like to lean into those things, this is for you. So quantum entanglement tells us that all matter, which is energy, that was once connected, will always be connected and will impact each other. So even if it is separated, for example, into two parts, and something happens to the first part, it will impact the second part. Quantum physics also tells us that originally we were all made of the same stuff, the same energy. So we can all impact each other. We are all energetically connected to each other, which is really beautiful. And it's another reason why energy healing is so potent and it works. So there's two different answers for you. One more from a shamanic perspective and one leaning into how science is actually catching up and understanding how some of these things can impact all of us. It is a deeply beautiful and potent way to receive healing. Now, in terms of what to expect, to begin, I always open sacred space. So for me, my way of preparing for clients is lengthy and somewhere between 30 to 50 minutes of anchoring my energy, slowing down, opening sacred space, and receiving some intuitive insights around what is going to most benefit you. So during that time, I also ask you to begin slowing down, especially if you're over the other side of the world, because it's really important to be receptive to healing. We need to be in a relaxed state, and most of us in our day-to-day lives run around in more of a beta state, a beta brainwave state, which is that go, go, go state. And it can be very, very difficult to then go from that to laying down and being open and receptive to healing energy. So as I'm opening sacred space, I ask you to do the same, slowing down, maybe lighting some candles, putting out some crystals, but it can just be putting your favorite blanket somewhere nice and cozy and making the space nurturing for you. That's really all that's required. Then I'll call you. We'll chat about intentions. It is important to have some intentions because this gives spirit some guidelines and some signposts, but it also says, this is what I want. You know, I really want this. I'm ready for this. And spirit likes to see enthusiasm, you know, and wants to see that we're ready. So it's not that it will limit what happens in the session, but it opens our heart to what is going to happen in the session. So we chat about intentions. And at that point, once you're comfortable, I'll guide you through a meditation suitable to you in terms of your intentions. And that's just about grounding back into the body and just making sure that you are in that open and receptive state. And at that point, I hang up the phone. And that's where the energy component of the work begins. And then following the session, I'll call you back and I'll just tell you what I perceived, and we'll have a chat about what you felt, what happened for you, and, you know, basically how best to integrate the session. So I hope that made sense on an intuitive level for you. And if you would like to book a session, there will be some information that pops up at the end of the video. Thank you.